But there is a mystery. Progressives are losing followers, conservatives are gaining followers, and new evidence has emerged. What appears to be happening is that Twitter has removed some kind of political ban. Can I prove it? Of course not. Absolutely not. That's why it's a mystery and a conspiracy theory. I don't know exactly what's going on, but so far, based on what we've heard, the simple solution is that Twitter removed some kind of ban on right-wing figures, potentially an algorithmic ban. Many people, they would get banned. It was the editor-in-chief of the Daily Caller. He got a suspension. They said, oh, it was an accident. How was it an accident? Did a Twitter employee make this move? No. I think we have evidence now suggesting, not definitively proving, that Twitter implemented an algorithm that sought out right-wing personalities, banned them, and something happened last night that removed the ban. I think they are cleaning up shop as fast as they can, knowing that Elon Musk did not just buy a social media platform. He bought the evidence. A senior staff video engineer announced he would be quitting. Not the place to say it, perhaps, but I will not work for this company after his takeover. Now, these are but a few humble messages from the woke, but it shows you something. The culture of Twitter is overwhelmingly woke. Imagine being a conservative in this environment where you know about cancel culture, smears, lies, manipulation. If the conversation is overwhelmingly pitched this way, these are the people who feel safe to say these things. So either the company is conservative, but all the conservatives are scared or cowards, or the company is overwhelmingly woke and leftist. Now, you don't need these messages to prove that. We've seen the data on their employees giving money to politicians, and it's like 98.7% to Democrats. So we know where this is going. Andy No for the New York Post continues. Following the back and forth among multiple employees angry about the news, some warned that their communications on Slack could be searched. The employees then moved their conversations onto their personal devices using the encrypted chat application Signal. One person said, a Musk-owned Twitter is one of the greatest threats to the 2022 and 2024 elections. We are effed if this happens. Oh, my stars and garters. They're admitting it? Yeah, what this person is basically saying, it's just one person, Laura on Twitter. They know that in order to win elections, they need control of the communication platform. We must bring up the Silicon Valley pitfalls. In a tweet from Sean King, who has since returned to Twitter, he says, I am told this morning that Apple and Google will remove Twitter from the App Store if it does not moderate and remove hate speech under Elon Musk. This isn't a new policy, but a commitment already made. Amazon Web Services has the same commitment, so there's that. Angelo Carusone says Apple should make it clear and reiterate that Twitter won't get special treatment. Some of what Musk plans to do will violate Apple's requirements for the App Store, and Apple needs to make it clear they will enforce their rules and uphold their requirements. It's a good point, and it's also scary. Sean King's right. Twitter probably won't be removed from the App Store because it's too big. But probably the only reason it's in the App Store is because it's part of the establishment machine and they allow it. Twitter breaks the rules all the time. Twitter allows speech that would get it banned from the App Store, but they don't ban it. Now that Elon Musk is taking over, they can simply say, oh, but you know, we already told you the rules, Elon. You can't be on our shared services. Elon, you're going to have to buy Google. Progressive Twitter accounts lose followers, conservatives gain. And it's not so much conservatives because Elon Musk isn't a conservative. I mean, maybe, but probably not. He said he was a socialist a couple years ago. But if you believe in free speech, and free speech isn't a left or right issue, I mean, it shouldn't be, you're gaining followers. What's happening here? Of course, the narrative seems to be that the left is leaving the platform in droves and the right is joining in droves. I disagree. I believe we may have more answers as to what is going on with this mystery. It makes no sense that overnight, hundreds of thousands of people just re-signed up for Twitter. Perhaps tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands reactivated accounts. And then all of us, they were like, I'm quitting, and they just deactivate their accounts. But hold on, why are we seeing progressives lose tons of followers? I think Twitter has a political algorithm that targets right-wingers based on certain things they might say, and it bans them arbitrarily, which is why there are so many oopsie accidents. Someone who's prominent accidentally gets nuked, and the algorithm wasn't supposed to catch them. So then when everyone complains, they say that was a mistake because the automated machine is blanket banning people and it caught someone who is too prominent and noteworthy. On the left, I'll tell you what I think. I think they created fake accounts They, as in maybe Democrat-aligned or progressive-aligned powerful organizations. Maybe Twitter was in on it. I don't know. I believe these accounts propped up left-wing Twitter profiles. There's no reason everyone would just flip overnight. And I'll break this down for you. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez loses 27,000 followers on Tuesday. Something like that. Why? Because Elon Musk got one? Why wouldn't they quit the platform on Monday when the news broke that Elon won? When tracking the numbers on Social Blade, the abrupt change happened seemingly overnight, a day after Elon Musk was announced to have won his bid. It was 2:53 p.m. on Monday, Eastern time, when the news broke. So you mean to tell me that at this moment, tons of people just flipped? Nope, sorry, makes no sense. There's a live Twitter tracker. They can see this. It was the next day, which says to me there was a ban. The simplest explanation is, seems like someone went in and removed some kind of code or algorithm that was banning people. I don't think Twitter employees are rushing through and clicking unban. It's possible as well. But considering Marjorie Taylor Greene gained nearly 100,000 followers, I gained 60,000 followers. I do not believe Twitter employees are working overtime going one by one through these accounts and clicking deactivate. It seems automated. And it seems to have happened overnight. But the same can be true for why progressives are losing followers. I'm going to go ahead and say the most logical explanation is that Twitter operates an algorithm that targets right-wing individuals, people associated with the right or libertarianism, and bans them. And they've deactivated it. We'll see if we see anything. Twitter was taken over by psychopath ideologues who harmed the platform and hurt the company. I think the whole thing is outright insane. But the sheer panic, the admission from some of these people that they know the political power they wield using Twitter. The one tweet that said it's going to be really dangerous for 2022 and 2024. It's quite amazing, isn't it? People know on the left they cannot win elections if there is free speech. It's a terrifying prospect that these people had power in the first place.